Hello, and welcome to Untwisted Threads. This is Cardiff Cashmere Classic. This 100% cashmere yarn currently features 64 colors. The colorway we chose is 705 Geisha, a light lavender. This 25-gram skein with 112 meters or 120 yards works up as a DK weight yarn. The suggested gauge on 4mm needles is 22 stitches per 10 centimeters or 4 inches. For our swatch, I'll be using a 4.5mm needle size. In today's video, we're going to review and score Cardiff Cashmere Classic using our 5 categories, which are availability, softness, traction, durability, and cost, to help you decide if this is the best yarn for you in your next project. Stay tuned until the end for a few pattern recommendations as well. Let's get started. For availability, we give Cashmere Classic a score of 4 out of 5. Although Cardiff Cashmere originates in Italy and is more of a luxury yarn, it is still pretty widely available in the US and overseas. I wasn't able to find it on any larger craft websites that we know of, so this is a yarn to purchase at a smaller or local craft shop, even if you're ordering online. For softness, we give it a score of 5 out of 5. Did that score really surprise you though? I mean, it's cashmere. So there is soft, and then there is luxurious soft, and this yarn is it. It feels so dreamy and high quality, and it honestly just makes me feel good. Like, I couldn't have a bad day if I was feeling or wearing cashmere because it just makes me happy. You may be familiar that cashmere comes from the cashmere goat and is a fiber that is much finer, lighter, and softer than wool. Before comparison, this yarn is softer than Drops Air, but pretty equivalent to Plymouth Angora, making this one of, if not the softest fiber we have reviewed to date. On a micron count scale, we cover a lot of merino yarns on this channel, but cashmere averages a 15 micron count, which just blows me away with how soft this yarn actually is. But this one, again, feels softer like the Angora, so perhaps it's closer to a 12 or a 13 micron count, which again is incredibly soft. As a fiber, cashmere allows for effective moisture wicking, so it will keep you dry and comfortable when wearing. Its natural breathability also contributes to its effectiveness of being insulating. Because of this, cashmere is very popular in the colder months, and it's warm, but it's also very lightweight. For traction, we give it a score of 4 out of 5. Since this yarn is so luxurious and soft, the glide of the yarn was very nice. However, it's the spin or construction of the yarn that slowed me down a little bit. It is constructed as a loose chainette, which I noticed coming undone while I was knitting with it, similar to when I was working with Concept by Katya Cotton Yak. So instead of it being a tighter spin, again, the looser strands made me feel like I was working with multiple individual strands rather than just one strand of DK weight yarn. So this may not be a great choice for beginners or to crochet with until you get a little bit more experience with yarns like this construction. This yarn also had a little bit of a halo, often seen in mohair, but I didn't find these fibers getting in my way at all. So the glide was great, but I had to be cautious so I didn't get my needle caught on the looser chainette fibers. For durability, we give it a score of 3 out of 5. Unlike wools, this super soft and fine yarn has short and weak fiber strength. Softer yarns don't typically hold up well to wear and tear and are prone to pilling. However, its natural fibers still have the ability to last and outwear other garments in your wardrobe with a little bit of extra care. Cashmere is often thought of as hard to care for since it is sensitive to water temperature and agitation, but don't let that steer you away from working with it if you want to. If you're like me, you already hand wash your woolly knits, and cashmere is the same in that way too. Like a lot of other wools, cashmere is also feltable, so keep that in mind when choosing what to make with this yarn. You could also add another yarn in addition to this one to help prevent it from felting. For cost, we give it a score of 1 out of 5. For being a 25-gram skein, you can expect to pay $20 US or more per skein, depending on the conversion rate and wherever you purchase it from. Meaning a size medium sweater would cost approximately $200 United States. So no, this is not a budget-friendly yarn, and you are absolutely paying for its production cost and luxury softness. As mentioned in our animal fibers video, a cashmere goat produces no more than 200 to 300 grams of fibers a year, so since there is only so much of it in the world, the price does reflect that accordingly. Overall, we give Cardiff Cashmere Classic a score of 3.4 out of 5. If you're wanting to try out cashmere and have the money for it, let me just say that this one is a great choice. I will say this with warning though, I do not recommend feeling this yarn unless you're willing to fall in love with just how soft it is. So we had a little look on Ravelry and wanted to share a few pattern recommendations with you, hopefully to inspire you for your next project if you're wanting to use this yarn. The first pattern is the Erna Mittens by Simone Ryan of Rust Knitwear. They're worked from the bottom up, in the round, and all in one piece. The top of the mittens are finished off with a decorative decrease, matching the decreases on the matching Erna beanie. It also includes instructions on how to make a fingerless mitts version of the Erna mittens. This pattern comes in one size, however she recommends using a slightly thicker or thinner yarn and needles to make the mittens bigger or smaller and just trying it on as you go. The recommended yarn is 2 strands of fingering weight yarn, creating a DK gauge, however I believe you could achieve similar gauge using just 1 strand of this yarn. I just love the look of the 2x2 broken rib stitch, and I think it would look so dreamy with the halo of this cashmere yarn. The next pattern is the Glacier Headband by Mirella Moments. This free pattern is knit in the round as a tube, and the edges are sewn together forming a twist. The headband is double layered and has no visible seams. The design features a mock cable with yarn overs that add an airy feel to the headband. If you wanted to save some yardage or make this headband a little bit narrower, I think you could easily omit some of the mock cables, making the stitch count smaller. Even though this headband is double layered, by using this super lightweight yarn, you probably won't even notice that you're wearing it. The last pattern is the Sophie scarf by Petite knit. It is worked back and forth in one piece from tip to tip in garter stitch with built-in I-cord edges. The smaller size Sophie scarf reaches around the neck once, while the larger size can wrap around the neck twice. If you decide to knit the smaller size, you will only need 101 yards or 92 meters, which means you could knit one and use less than 1 skein of this yarn. I think this would be such a great project for this yarn, as again the cashmere fibers would keep you so warm, but you won't be needing a big and bulky scarf. It can also be a great luxury gift knit too, as you won't be spending a ton on only 1 skein of yarn. Have you used Cardiff Cashmere Classic yarn before? What yarn would you like for us to do a review on next? We would love to hear your thoughts and recommendations in the comments below. If you enjoyed today's review, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next time.